G'day, ZiggyD here. As some of you guys may have seen in my patch 1.1.4 teaser video that I released the other day, in this new patch that launched today, you can actually use your spare Vaal map fragments in the map device to open those Vaal side areas. So there is, for those of you guys who are a little bit less familiar with it, there are 4 map fragments, and 2 of those are a fair bit rarer. One's very rare and one's quite rare, and then the other 2 are quite common. So the result of this is that you will usually have a lot of Sacrifice to Dusks, for example, a lot of the more common map fragments. And there's really not much to do with these. There has been a way to sort of chew those up in the map system, and that's pretty nice. But with this patch actually comes the ability to use these Vaal map fragments to add an additional style of farming to the game that I think is actually a really nice change. Now, previously people might do things like farm docks over and over again. They might farm Lunaris, and then, you know, you might farm high-level maps, you might do boss farming runs. There's a few different choices there. And some people also have been doing things like just alking and running low-level maps, you know, being a bit over-geared for them, but getting good currency and drop rate returns on lower-level maps just through the extra item rarity that spawns on maps. Now, the same thing actually happens in these Vaal side areas, but the problem with making them an efficient form of farming has been that you have to respawn the zones over and over again to get them. So this addition now means that you can use all of those spare fragments you have, and if you have a decent pool of fragments, like let's say you have 5 to 10 fragments that you can use, then there's actually a good chance that you'll actually be able to chain these zones for a very long time. So each time we run one of these Vaal side areas, we actually have a decent chance of getting another side area back, and if we don't, we'll either get a Vaal gem, which, you know, could be worth something, could be useful, could not be useful, or we could have actually a bit of a shot at getting one of the rarer map fragments, which are actually worth a bit of currency to people, or can be used on Ansari maps. So I really like that this additional style of farming has been added. So in this one you can see I've spawned a temporal chains, 40% extra damage as lightning. The area yields 44% more items. This is pretty nice. You know, this is a pretty nice amount. When people usually, as I said, Al can go 66 maps and stuff like that, or just, you know, roll 66 maps just to speed farm them for drops. That's usually what they're looking at, something like 30 to 60% extra drop rate. And, you know, this is not too bad now with the lack of time delay and the ability to chain these side zones. I think it's actually a pretty viable way to, or no, a viable alternative for some of the other farming methods out there. So I thought I'd just take you guys through one, talk a bit about this change, and also give a bit of a teaser for my Glacial Cascade character, who I think, with temporal chains is not always the best example, because temporal chains makes everything look super slow, which it is. But I thought I'd give you guys a bit of a teaser as well, because I'll be putting out a build guide for this build, hopefully later today, maybe tomorrow, but very soon. I'm going to be working on it today. So I'm very much looking forward to getting that out. I'm very happy with how the character's gone, actually. There was some sketchy moments, and it is still pretty squishy. It is a glass cannon character, but it has some powerful defensive mechanics now that it can take advantage of, such as cast when damage taken Frostball, the ability to perma-freeze things, either with Glacial Cascade or Cold Snap. I'll go and Cold Snap a pack up here. Use a pack up and Cold Snap. And you can see you get pretty good proliferate freezes off on that, and you can even use it against bosses if they're grouped up with trash mobs as well. Works pretty nicely. So I'm pretty happy with how this is going, but I'm looking forward to giving you guys the build guide. But these Vaal side areas, I think, is something you should definitely take advantage of. As I said, if you got like 5 to 10 of them, then there's nothing wrong with just sort of like just chucking them in and powering through them. Like you get the increased item drop rate. The area yields more items, which is pretty solid. 44%, not a negligible amount, and that means, you know, more currency, more chances for unique items and things like that, stacking on top of the increased unique drop rate that also came with this patch, which I'm super hyped to see actually made it into the patch. There was a moment there where I was a bit unsure of whether it would actually be happening. Oh, the slow-paced temporal chains farming. Chaos damage from the zombies is a bit of a pain. Kind of just YOLOing into it there. You can see we're getting a lot of extra items dropping. Unfortunately, you know, we're not getting lucky, and they're all white items at the moment. But, you know, with more drops comes more chances to actually get good stuff. And here we got the boss. What have we got here? We've got the Artist of Pain. I could use my my Get Wrecked button, but I don't know if there's going to be enough mobs to make... Oh, the Lightning Storm ruined my mine. I have a Vaal Ice Nova on a mine, but that ruined it. Oh, well, hey, what do we get? Aussie gloves. The Aussie gloves, aka Aussies. Nice, cool. Taking advantage of that increased item drop rate. And those are pretty nice gloves too. Great for magic finding. How do they actually roll? What do we got here? 40% rarity of items. I think it goes up to 50, so not as good as it could be. but not bad. And let's see what we get from the Vaal vessel here. Are we going to get something worth a lot of money? Are we going to chain the map? Are we going to find a Vaal skill gem that's useless? Let's see. What do we get? Oh, Vaal Burning Arrow. Vaal Burning Arrow is actually pretty popular at the moment, but I don't know if there's probably already enough of them in the ambush economy for them to be worth anything. But anyway, I highly recommend running some of these Vaal side zones. It's a really nice change. I'm very happy it made it into the game. And I was pretty psyched to see it in the patch notes originally when I was jumping on and testing on the alpha. By the way, I should be able to do more of those alpha teaser videos. I've spoken with Chris and they're really happy with how it went. And I'll be able to do one for the next patch, which should be in about a month's time. Though I won't be covering the major patch, at least not in the same fashion, because ZiggyD want to be handling that in-house. But anyway, as you can see, it's a pretty fast run, even with temporal chains. Nice short run. You get the full zone done, you get the increased drop rate, and then you get a chance for something nice at the end there. And maybe we'll get some new uniques. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.